I agree. Igao is joining us now, ready to have his say on the terrace. We'll come back to more of your super chats in a moment. Igao, welcome to the show. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Terry, and big up to you. This is not about you. Trigger warning right away. This is about the other Manchester United fans who actually thought they could come to the Emirates and leave with 3 points. You are delusional individuals, and that's all I have to say. Now let's move on to the actual game itself, right? Rashford, he's on scintillating form. He continued it. He scored a goal at the Emirates. Big up to him. But then Bukayo Saka said, I'll take that and I'll raise you one more. And he went back, fired back. And at this moment in time, they're the 2 best wingers in the league, and they're going toe-to-toe. Let's see who actually finishes on top with more goals and more contributions at the end of the season. Now, then we go from there. You guys get a scrappy goal after Eddie Nketiah gets his goal, and the game's even. And nobody thinks that I don't think Manchester United was going to score the next goal. At that moment in time, I thought Arsenal was the only team that was going to win. And we kept fighting. I was asking for the Trossard substitution earlier. When he came on, he changed the game a little bit, and it was his moment of brilliance that got it to Odegaard, that got it over to Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah was in the room today. He scored, and your defense was in trouble. The guy got a brace. I told you guys about Eddie Nketiah. He has something to offer us. He is not a bad player. This is a guy, when he gets starts, he actually delivers, and people discounted him because he doesn't get to play many times with the first team. I was on here a couple months ago, 2-3 months ago. I was getting criticized by everybody. People were saying he took you from 4th to 5th. He didn't actually benefit the team. People were calling me deluded. Guess what? Eddie Nketiah is delivering on a week in, week out basis. He's hungry, and he currently is the best second striker in the league. I don't want to hear about anybody else. You guys talking about?
Sorry. Say that again. Sorry, I want to.
He's the best backup striker in the Premier League. That is a fact. Nobody else is better than him. If you want to tell me about anybody else, who put the numbers on the table? He's putting the numbers on the table. He's delivered today.
So you would say he's better than Julian Alvarez.
This season he has been, even though Julian Alvarez
put the numbers on the table.
In the Premier League, he has been, and that is a cast iron fact. Anyone can deny that? I don't think so. Now let's continue. When it comes to Manchester United, you guys impressed me. You came. It showed that you're missing Casemiro because you didn't have as much control as you did during the Man City game, and I think that was a big blow for you guys. But at the same time, no excuses. You guys beat us without Partey. Yes, Casemiro wasn't there, but at that moment in time, you had him on the bench and he wasn't subbed on. He was subbed on later. Your manager had the choice to play him. He didn't want to. Then let's go on to the Antony thing. Antony had a chance to score a goal, wide open. Terry, we'll give him time. But he is a winger. He should not be beaten by Thomas Partey on the recovery pace when he has 4 or 5 strides in ahead of him. He's a slow attacking a winger. He's wide open. Nobody there. He had daylight. Guess what? Thomas Partey catches up to him, takes him out. And at this moment in time, I think KJ might be right with Antony. I'm seeing everything he said is coming to fruition. And what I'm seeing from Antony is very similar to PEPE, as you guys were saying. I'm questioning him, but maybe he can turn around, but he's very predictable. And that's why Zinchenko had the game of his life. Zinchenko today didn't have to worry. He knew what he was doing. He deserves the utmost respect from everyone. I don't think there's anybody better than him at what he does. Zinchenko was bossing the midfield at left back. He didn't have to worry defensively the whole day. And today, I'm not here to banter. I'm just here to tell you guys how I feel. And Manchester United, you guys shouldn't be ashamed of yourselves from this game. You're shown improvement. You're just not at our level yet. And that's not to be laughed about. We are currently on pace to be the best Arsenal team that in history based on our points. And that's not an insult to anybody. That is actual cast iron fact.
Can I respond?
Go back.
Congrats, Igao. That's a great game. You don't deserve to win. You're best team in the league right now, and I expect you to win the league. I've been expecting for the last few weeks, and people say, "Oh, you're just putting pressure on Arsenal," but you've been playing well. And Man City are dropping points, and you lot aren't dropping points. You're capitalizing. People said Man United's in a title race. I said, well, even if we keep winning, if Arsenal don't drop points, the gap is there, and Arsenal ain't dropping points. So, congrats, well done. Arsenal fans want Antony so badly to be PEPE because the PEPE thing is still hanging over you. You're 50 points from 19 games, yet the PEPE thing is still hanging over you to the extent that an ex-Spurs player was on that pitch and you booed a man from Ajax every time he touched the ball and Eriksen walked away scot-free. Like, how is Antony living in the heads of Arsenal fans rent-free? 3 places below in the league so much because they just want to compare him to PEPE. Yes, Antony needs to improve. There's a lot of players at Man United that either need to improve or to go. Antony's not one that needs to go, not at this point. But the PEPE comparisons, once again, I'm not saying you said that, I'm just making my statement. The PEPE comparisons are, yes, they cost a lot. Yes, you're left-footed. But like you lot trust Arteta for the signings that he's made and any signings that come from here. Every signing, even Wout Weghorst was good today. Every signing that Ten Hag's made thus far has improved this team. Antony has improved this team, not to the 85 million price tag, but he's improved this team. And at 22 years old, in his first season in the Premier League, and if I'm correct, Pepe was 24, 25 when he joined. Yeah, like 2 years, whatever. But the league is stronger than the Liga than the Eredivisie. But when Antony's bought by Ten Hag, he knows him. I trust him. And Arsenal fans can keep doing this Pepe comparison till the cows come home. And if it comes true, well done, you were the soothsayer. But until it comes true, hold the Pepe thing. Hold it, but just hold it quietly. You're top of the league. Don't focus on Antony.
I think...
Let me tell you something. At this moment in time, he's on pace to not even come close to what Pepe's done. Let's be real.
Why are you even mentioning Pepe? Why are you mentioning Pepe?
Let me explain why. I see similarities in the sense that at times he doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. The decision making is not there. His IQ is questionable at times. The decisions he's making from that right wing don't look threatening. It's almost like you give him the ball and you know he's going to either pass it back or he's going to just cut in and he's going to be one-dimensional. That's just my take. Anyway,
he scored against you in the first game and you lot are still sour. You're gonna wait till you want to drive him out the league because he scored against you in the first game. I get it.
There's nothing that I said that I don't think you guys would disagree with.
Well, sorry, I'll come to you in a second, bro. I wouldn't say that, again, when watching him play, I wouldn't say like he lacks IQ. He tried to do the right things. They just didn't come off. That isn't a lack of IQ. There's an execution issue that's quite there. In terms of he's not tracking to do what Pepe did. I mean, if he keeps scoring at the goals per game ratio that he's had, he's going to end the season on 12 to 13 goals, which I think is more than Pepe's first year. But I would look at it more from this point of view. Was Pepe an Arteta player?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. It's like he wasn't. So this is, but Partey was, right?
Yeah.
And Odegaard was.
Of course.
Yeah. So how long did they take to really start cooking under Mikel Arteta?
No, but the difference between those guys is one came on loan. The second season he played well.
That isn't my question. How long did they take to start cooking under Mikel Arteta?
It took them a while, but there's different circumstances, Terry. You can't ignore
So what's the different? Why is it different in your opinion?
The difference is one isn't coming back from an injury, and then the second one wasn't on loan. You actually bought him, and the manager has already worked with him prior. This is not a player coming into a system and a manager that he's never worked with.
So you think the Man United? So you think Gal? You think the Man? Let me just ask you a question. So Gal, you think the Man United? Gal. Let me ask you a question. So you think the Man United? Gal, so you think the Man United system now is on par with Ajax's?
No, but it's a different scenario, and you're trying to compare them, but they're not comparable, Terry. That's my point.
No, but they are comparable. You're talking about but again, so you're never going to be able to give an example in football that's identical to one another, even on a disciplinary issue. The reason that Aubameyang was kicked out of Arsenal was a different reason to why Ronaldo was kicked out of Man United. One's a global superstar. One was a very good football player, but they're still comparable. Okay.
No, Terry,
what I'm saying about, let me just finish. What I'm saying about Antony is this: I get the criticism. But Man United fans are stupid to write him off right now. Give him and Ten Hag time to grow and to develop, and for our system to come alive, and then come back in and check. You guys yourselves have got players in your team who, whether they were on loan, and I would say that after he joined permanently, it still took Odegaard time, maybe 6 months to really start to dominate. It took 18 months for Thomas Partey, as an example, for them to really come alive and start to deliver. Martinelli's younger as an example, but he was slowly bled into this team and got to this level under Mikel Arteta. So I just think to come in when you've got those examples in your team and go, United fans, you should be really panicking about Antony. I get why you would do it. You're a rival. You're meant to. My message is to Man United fans, don't fall for the bait. Trust your manager who's clearly improved us to a point where most gooners that have super chatted today have gone, bloody hell, United are starting to look good. So if you trust the manager that far, trust him with Antony is my message.
Terry, I know you very well in the sense that you've done let me say this. You remember when Pepe signed, you were questioning him from the jump. You even made a video, then deleted it. So let's not act like...
No. I didn't delete it. Again, you don't know me very well because you lied. I called him out after his first game. What video did I make 2 days later?
What video did they make? Let me
2
know.
days later, I actually made an apology video going, do you know what? I've jumped the gun a little bit on that. There was too much banter in it. I said in that video, I'll be deleting the other video out of respect, and it's still up now. So I came out and apologized 2 days later. So you didn't get me there, my friend. You just got yourself, because I didn't do that. And then I gave Thomas Partey Pepe a lot more time than most Gooners, because I felt I was a little bit too harsh in that first game.
I never actually wrote him off and said he's done. I just said I'm questioning these things, and then you tried to spin it in a way that I'm saying he's.
No, I didn't try to spin it. My question wasn't to you. I said you've got every single right to challenge him. My message wasn't to you, was it? Who was my message to?
Who is it? You're talking to me.
He said
my message was to I said you've got every right as a rival to try and say that. Man United fans don't fall for the bait. I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing. I get what you're doing. It's like trying to get me with the Pepe thing, but you didn't know your history and you just walked into a bear trap.
Fair enough. Let's not talk about Eddie Nketiah. I'm not here to throw shots at anybody, but I just want to know. Is everyone with me now? Eddie Nketiah actually have a serviceable job in this team, and we should put a little bit more respect on him, because at times I feel like we were harsh on him, especially after the PSV game where we were saying he's finished. He doesn't deserve to have it. The Arsenal kit. He's not good enough. People were specifically calling me out for even backing him. I'm not talking about only Jess and thing here, because they never actually called me out. But there's people that are watching right now that have told me what he's going to do, raise the standards. Eddie Nketiah is not good enough for this club. He's a League One striker level. He's not even Championship. This is the kind of things that people were saying about him just 2 months ago. So to see what he's doing now, I'm very proud of him. I feel like a father watching his kid grow up. That's how it is for Eddie Nketiah right now. And to see what Balogun's doing in France, Eddie Nketiah is doing here, Bukayo Saka is doing, Emil Smith-Rowe was doing last year, all our youth players coming together. I love what the club is doing with the youth system and how they brought through the club, the players from the youth system, because it brings that familyness to the club, and it means more to them to win this league than anybody else.
I hear you. Gal, thanks for coming on, mate. Really good points being made as always, and I'll chat to you again soon. Top man. Thank you.